Most people buy a car thinking it'll last forever, but here's the thing, these machines start dying way before they should. And it's usually not some crazy accident or factory defect. It's actually the little stuff we all do every day without even realizing it. Those tiny, harmless habits are slowly murdering our engines, turning what should be our trusty ride into an expensive pile of problems. Number 13. Skipping basic maintenance. One of the quickest ways to ruin a car before it ever reaches 100,000 miles is neglecting the basics. Every part of your vehicle, from the engine and transmission to the tires and brakes, depends on routine care to stay healthy. Automakers lay out clear schedules in the owner's manual, and they are not suggestions. Oil changes, filter replacements, tire rotations, alignments, and coolant flushes are all non-negotiable if you want the vehicle to last. Some of these jobs are simple enough to handle in your own garage, while others are better left to a trusted shop. When these tasks are skipped, the results add up quickly. Sludge in the engine, clogged filters, poor fuel economy, and worn-out tires. Keeping up with maintenance might not feel exciting, but it is the single biggest factor in making sure your car survives the long haul. But even well-maintained cars can be ruined by careless modifications. Number 12. Risky car modifications. Upgrading a car with aftermarket parts can be exciting, but it is also one of the easiest ways to damage your vehicle if done carelessly. Even small additions like a cold air intake can create problems if installed incorrectly, while bigger upgrades such as turbochargers or superchargers require a deeper understanding of how the entire system works. Jumping straight into high-powered modifications without considering whether the car can handle the strain often leads to expensive breakdowns. Legal concerns also come into play. Removing emissions equipment or installing a straight pipe might sound appealing, but these choices hurt performance, reliability, and the environment. If modifications are important to you, research thoroughly and seek professional help when needed. Still, even a perfectly stock car won't last if you ignore its warning lights. Number 11. Ignoring warning lights. Those glowing icons on your dashboard are not just background noise. They are your car's way of warning you that something is wrong, and brushing them off can set you up for expensive trouble. The check engine light is the most common, triggered when the onboard diagnostic system detects issues ranging from a loose gas cap to failing spark plugs or emissions faults. While a simple scanner can read these codes, most drivers will need a mechanic to pinpoint the exact cause. Other lights, such as the ABS indicator, tire pressure warning, or low oil pressure symbol, carry even greater urgency. Ignoring them can compromise safety, fuel economy, and overall reliability. Acting quickly when these lights appear helps catch small problems before they spiral into major repairs, keeping your car in shape long enough to hit thousands of miles. Just as important, though, is how you drive it every day. Number 10. Rough driving habits. How you drive day to day has just as much impact on your car's lifespan as the maintenance you perform. Aggressive habits, like flooring the gas at every stoplight, constant speeding, or weaving through traffic may feel thrilling in the moment, but they place heavy stress on the engine, transmission, and suspension. Over time, this kind of wear makes it far less likely that your vehicle will last past 100,000 miles. Even less obvious behaviors can take a toll. Using your car mainly for short trips prevents the engine from fully warming up, which leads to fuel residue building in the oil and greater internal strain. Stop-and-go traffic also increases wear on brakes and transmission parts. Driving with patience and giving your car the conditions it needs to run smoothly is one of the simplest ways to protect its long-term reliability. But driving too gently can harm your engine in a different way. Number 9. Driving too slowly. While patience behind the wheel is a virtue, consistently driving too slowly can actually harm your engine. Engines, like muscles, need regular exercise to stay in peak condition. Keeping speeds low all the time prevents the engine from reaching optimal temperature, which allows carbon deposits to build up inside. Over time, this buildup restricts performance and accelerates wear, especially in diesel engines that are more sensitive to incomplete combustion. One sign of underworked driving is condensation mixing with oil, often seen as a frothy residue under the oil cap. The solution is simple. Give the car a proper run at highway speeds for about an hour from time to time. The sustained heat burns away excess moisture, clears deposits, and keeps internal components cleaner. And of course, the fuel you choose also plays a major role. Number 8. Using low-quality gasoline. The idea that all gasoline is the same has cost countless drivers serious money over the years. The difference between bargain fuel and top-tier gas lies in the additives. Higher quality gasoline contains stronger detergent packages designed to keep fuel injectors clean, which is especially important for modern engines with direct injection. Cheap gas may look like a way to save a few cents per gallon, but over time, it creates heavy carbon deposits that clog injectors and hurt performance. Tests have shown that lower-grade fuel can leave nearly 20 times more buildup compared to premium blends. That buildup leads to rough idling, weaker acceleration, and costly repairs. Spending a little more at the pump helps preserve efficiency, reliability, and long-term engine health. In the end, those extra pennies per gallon can easily save you hundreds in repairs and wasted fuel. Oil choice, however, is just as critical to long-term health. Number 7. Using the wrong engine oil. Engine oil is one of the most critical lifelines of your car, and using the wrong type can create damage that shows up long before 100,000 miles. Most wear actually happens at startup, when parts are still dry and waiting for lubrication. If the oil is too old, too thin, or simply not the grade your engine was designed for, it cannot protect moving parts the way it should. This is particularly dangerous for turbocharged or direct injection engines, which are more prone to a damaging condition known as low-speed pre-ignition. When this happens, the fuel-air mixture ignites too early, placing massive pressure on the engine and increasing the risk of failure. Even in non-turbo cars, poor oil choices lead to overheating, reduced performance, and costly breakdowns. Matching the oil to your vehicle's exact specifications is essential for long-term reliability. Yet even the right oil can't protect you from ignoring failing wheel bearings. Number 6. Ignoring failing wheel bearings. A humming or grinding noise that appears when turning corners is more than just an annoyance. It is often the early sign of a failing wheel bearing. Unfortunately, many drivers tune out the sound until the damage becomes dangerous. A worn bearing can generate extreme heat, sometimes reaching 400 degrees, which weakens the suspension and damages the hub assembly. If left unchecked, the bearing can deteriorate to the point where the wheel itself separates from the vehicle while driving, a scenario no motorist wants to face. The good news is that replacing a bearing is far less costly than the disaster that follows if it fails completely. For a few $100s, you restore safety and prevent catastrophic damage. Now, another silent killer hides in the way most people park. Number 5. Misusing the parking pall. Automatic transmissions make driving simple, but many owners unknowingly put their cars at risk every time they park. The mistake comes from relying solely on the transmission's parking pall, a small metal pin designed to lock the gears when the car is in park. While sturdy enough for short-term use, it was never intended to hold the full weight of a multi-thousand-pound vehicle. Over time, the stress can wear the pall down, making it harder to disengage or even causing it to snap. If that happens, repair costs can easily run into the thousands. The safer method is simple. Shift into neutral, apply the parking brake, then place the car in park. This routine ensures the weight rests on the brake system rather than a fragile pin, protecting both your transmission and your wallet in the long run. To keep that transmission alive, don't fall for lifetime fluid claims. Number 4. Trusting lifetime fluid claims. Many automakers market transmission and drivetrain fluids as lifetime, but the truth is far less reassuring. These fluids are designed to last through the warranty period, often around 50,000 to 70,000 miles, but they are far from permanent. Heat is the main enemy here, and the harder you drive, the faster transmission fluid breaks down. In some vehicles, fluid replacement may be needed as often as every 30,000 miles to prevent serious wear. Ignoring this can eventually lead to complete transmission failure, a repair that can cost anywhere up to $7,000. By treating lifetime claims as marketing rather than maintenance guidance, you protect your car from one of the most expensive failures it can face. And the same level of care applies to your brake fluid. Number 3. Overlooking brake fluid care. Most drivers understand the importance of replacing brake pads, but few pay the same attention to brake fluid. This fluid is hygroscopic, meaning it absorbs moisture from the air, and that creates two serious problems. First, water contamination lowers the boiling point of the fluid. A fresh DOT-4 brake fluid can handle about 446 degrees Fahrenheit, but with just a few percent of water mixed in, that number can drop to around 284 degrees. Under heavy braking, this can cause the fluid to boil and the brakes to fail. Second, absorbed water promotes corrosion inside the system, damaging brake lines, calipers, and the ABS module, which can cost thousands to replace. Because the risk is often invisible until failure occurs, it is essential to flush the brake fluid every 2 years, or roughly every 24,000 miles. In cold weather, though, a different bad habit can quietly cause damage. Number 2. Incorrect winter warm-ups. A common winter habit that shortens engine life is letting the car idle for long stretches before driving. Many people believe this helps the vehicle warm up, but in reality it does more harm than good. Modern fuel-injected engines run rich during idle, allowing unburned fuel to slip past the piston rings and into the crankcase. This fuel mixes with oil, diluting it and weakening its ability to properly lubricate the engine. The result is accelerated wear that can lead to expensive repairs. Idling also fails to warm critical components like the transmission, wheel bearings, and suspension. The smarter approach is to start the car, wait 30 to 60 seconds for oil pressure to stabilize, then begin driving gently. But if those drives are always too short, your engine faces a different threat. Number 1. Excessive short trip driving. Frequent short trips may seem harmless, but over time, they can quietly destroy your car. When the engine never has the chance to fully warm up, condensation builds inside both the oil system and the exhaust. This moisture leads to sludge in the engine and rust in the exhaust, even on new vehicles. A muffler can corrode in just a couple of years, costing over $1,000 to replace, while severe sludge buildup can trigger catastrophic failures. The solution is surprisingly simple. Give your car longer drives. Taking it on the highway for at least 20 minutes once a week allows the engine to reach proper temperature, burn off moisture, and stay clean internally. Those miles are a small investment compared to major repair bills. Your car's lifespan depends on the choices you make behind the wheel and in the garage. Avoiding these hidden habits can save you thousands in repairs and years of frustration. Which of these mistakes have you seen drivers make most often? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe.